Today I'm using the corkboard and we're starting off with one of these strips. These strips are part of a kit that I bought, which I unboxed on my channel. I'll leave a link to the card up at the top, and other materials that I'm using in this tutorial will be in the description below if you want to check that out yourself. So we're starting off with just the one strip. I'm going to pop it into that one and we're going to leave that to open up. Once it's opened up, these particular quilling strips already have the adhesive on them. Obviously you can use glue if you don't have the adhesive strip on the back. So that's the first one. And we're going to do something simple with this today. So where the joint is, I'm actually going to pull the middle of the quilling strips over to one side and I'm just going to make a crease there. That gives us our teardrop shape. Then I'm going to pull the middle again over to one side and I'm going to put another one to make a semicircle on the opposite side. So we've got the quilling strip like that and we've got the circle in the middle, and what we do from here is put either finger or a pen, up to yourself how to do it, in the middle, and we're going to push that to form a crescent shape. So there's our first one. You can put some glue on this to hold the shape in place, but I find with this particular quilling paper it stays pretty good in shape. Second one, we're using two strips of paper. We're going to join these end to end. Like I said, use glue. It's just because I've got these in my kit. So rather than not use them, I'd rather use them, especially for projects like this, where I need bright bold colours. These are very bright and very bold colours. So we've got two strips joined together there, and we're going to do exactly the same as we did with the last one and do it into a tight coil. So the last one we did it in this size, this one we're doing it in the next size up. So popping it in the middle, and just so it doesn't jump out all over the place, I'm just going to hold it till it opens up. Now sometimes when you do these, they don't open up fully, sometimes you need to give it a bit of help like that. But once you're happy with how it's all spaced out, you can then pinch and pull it out and either glue or stick down the end of the quilling paper like that. These papers are really good quality papers, although I don't really like the adhesive on them. They don't stay as stuck down as glue would do. So again, we're holding the middle, pulling it all over to one side and making that crease where that joint is. I found doing this just gives it a nice crisp edge. And again, we're pulling that over to one side and we're going to make the crease on the opposite side to make a semicircle shape. And then again in the middle, push that up so we can make a crescent shape, and then just reinforce them corners by giving them a squeeze. And there's our second one. The third one, I'm going to use 3 strips. Again, joining these together so we get one long strip. don't have to use the 1cm size. You can do this in a 5mm size. It's just for the card that I'm actually doing. I want something that actually stands out, and I also want some extra space to give the tree some decoration at the end, and that's the main focus of this tutorial. This is obviously showing you the base of how to actually quill the tree, but then we can go ahead afterwards and put some decoration on there. And again, exactly the same as last time, I'm going to quill this into a tight coil. Got a funny feeling my battery is running out in this. So I'm just going to go ahead and take it off the machine, and I'm going to roll the rest by hand. And I'm going to check my batteries after I've recorded this video because I think that's slowing down. We don't want it cutting out in the middle of us making these decorations. And with this one, we're going to put it in the next size up, which will be this. I mean, you can adjust these and make the smallest one this size and go up that way. I just want to make something on a larger scale. Sometimes it's best to put a pin in the middle, and that way it doesn't jump out. So once you've got the diameter, you can take it out and stick it down, and then you can go in then and have a look at where you want to place the inner layers of the paper. So once that's stuck down in place, I like just dropping it on the desk and just letting it open up itself. Sometimes if you see that the outside of the rim is actually a lot more dense than the middle, you can go in and twist this the opposite way just so it goes tighter in the middle. Paper behaves how it wants to behave. You can't always force it to do what you want it to do, but you can sort of help it along a little bit. So again, I'm pulling over the majority of the circle over to the side and then pinching that where that crease is, where that joint is. And then on the opposite side, bringing it over as much as you can, trying to keep the papers sort of together as much as possible, and then pinching it again on the other side to make that semicircle kind of shape. So once you've got that semicircle shape, you can then go ahead and press the middle of that straight bit inwards. So once you've got your three shapes, we need to make exactly the same 3 more times. There's some I prepared earlier, not that. So that's the kind of shape that we're going for. Obviously we need to glue that together, but I just wanted to sort of put it together roughly so I can get an idea of how big the trunk needs to be. I mean, you can put the trunk all the way down and attach these next to each other if that's what you want to do, but I'm just going to put something at the base. So for the base of the tree, I've got another strip of brown quilling paper, and I'm going to do this into a coil first off. this into this medium-sized circle. Medium between the three that we've been using, I should say. Once you've got the diameter, but out this strip needs glue. It doesn't have the adhesive strip on the end, just fighting with my glue. Just give that a second to dry. Whilst that's drying, I'm going to move this over to one side, and I'm going to start on the star, which is going on the top. So the star, I've got a piece of 1 centimetre wide quilling paper. So with this, I want to do fold marks of approximately 0.5 of a centimetre. Doesn't have to be exact, it just needs this first one to be the guide, and the rest you can just fold over. Once we've got a few folded there, this last edge is going to be where the glue is, and obviously we need to make this to a 5-pointed star. One, two, three, 4, 5, so that's where we need the glue. Once you found out which part you need the glue on, you can just go ahead and stick this folded end on the top of the glue. Line it up, make sure it's nice and straight. And then you can adjust the points. Shape, and then it's just a matter of going around each of these points with the rest of the paper so we can build it up to be a bit thicker. Once you've gone round that a few times, you can then go ahead and snip off the rest of the paper. Make sure you've got all the fold marks in the right place. And then you can open it up and glue it all down. To be fully coated, just as long as it's got glue on it to hold it all in place. The last bit I'm going to leave unglued, just so we can go back in there and finish it off. So we're just going around And sticking all these in the place of where you've already made marks by folding them. And after that, you can go in and stick that last piece down. Open this up, we should get a star that is hopefully the right size for our tree. There's one star. So we've got our star and our tree parts. Let's make this. So the edge there I'm going to make into the sharp point by pulling the rest of this away from it. Bottom half, I'm going to push into a flat shape. Pinch it at the corners. And then we can start putting it together and decorate. So I'm just lining it all up first, just to make sure I'm happy with the placement and if everything looks how I want it to. And then we can get to gluing it all together. Cute! Right, let's get it stuck. So I've got the same glue that I use in the little bottle that I use. I just find this is going to be a bit easier than we keep squeezing a little below the glue every so often. As long as I don't put too much on. Take some of that off. Actually, what I'm going to do is get my cork board because it's moving about a bit too much. And I just find this a bit easier than it keep moving all over the place. So my idea is if you just stick the star down, I'll stop the top end moving about and therefore I can concentrate on just gluing the rest together. Right, that's that bit. Then we're going in with, I need to stop sticking my brush everywhere. And we're going in with these slightly darker ones. Give that a few minutes to dry and then we'll stick the rest together. Okay, it's had a few minutes. It's not fully dry, but it's dry enough for it to be moved about a bit. I'm just going to take these pins out and we can start painting the glue in these areas where we're going to stick it all together. Paper really doesn't need that much glue, so you know, less is more. I wish I made these pins with a larger head because I really struggled holding these. You can move these about and figure out exactly how you want it all to look, and when you're happy with everything we can go ahead on the back of it and glue it all into place so it doesn't come undone from your final design. dry, and then we'll come back and adjust things and stick things down as we want it. Okay, so we've had a little time to dry. Let's get these pins out and see how it's held up. Probably would have been best to use some parchment paper underneath this for the corkboard, but we can get rid of any glue from underneath just by sliding the ruler underneath it. She says. So there's our tree. Now the back end of it we can put some extra glue on just to keep it all in place. So I'm going to get my paintbrush and just glue basically all the joints really. You don't want to go too thick with this. It is going to be up against the card, so it doesn't really matter, but if you want to use it as an ornament, then you can place more glue on this as you're actually making it rather than towards the end of it. Make sure I get it on the actual bit that's being seen. This glue does dry clear, but we don't want to see too much of it on the front. And I feel that this is moving about a bit too much, so now I've got it in a place where I want it. I'm going to put some glue to hold the shape a bit better. You don't want to oversaturate it, but you do want to make sure you've got this covered so that it's not wobbling about too much. Once this side has dried, we can then go ahead and decorate the front. Hi, this is voiceover me. I did something silly and didn't plug my microphone in whilst I was actually recording this scene, so you've got me for this next section. So it's time to decorate this tree, and in this little box are some of the little pieces of paper that I do on a regular basis because I know that I'm going to need small amounts of these, and I just store them in boxes. I've done different colours. The yellows I'm looking at using for lights and the rest of them are for baubles. Just going to show you quickly how this actually comes together. So I'm doing a really tight coil on the machine. This is a 1/4 strip in a 3mm. Bit of glue on there, stick it down, make sure it's stuck, and then that's basically ready for being a bauble. The lights are 1mm, so there's a bit of a difference on the actual sizing, so the lights sort of sit backwards and the baubles sit a bit further forward. Just going to put a blob of glue on the top of this plastic box and spread it out thinly with the ruler. This just allows me then to dip these into it rather than apply glue onto the back of each one of them. Just speeds it up better, and it also puts less glue on the actual quilled roll. So I'm going to dip these in and I'm going to start decorating the tree, starting with the lights. The lights are going to go up and across like a sweeping motion, and I'll come back when it's time for the baubles. So I didn't want to oversaturate the tree with too many baubles because the lights took up quite a bit of space on there. So I'm basically putting them towards the end of the branches and underneath, so it still has that colour there, but it's not oversaturating the tree because I still want to be able to see the tree behind it. I had the thought whilst I was doing this that it'd be quite good if we could get these baubles to sort of dangle from the bottom of the branches, but I wanted it to be a solid piece when you're using it in card making, but it's something that you can think of doing, just a bit of an idea there. I also went ahead and made another one of these trees. This is styled slightly different. I've got an extra row of the branches on there, and I sort of tried to give this one a bit more of a modern feeling. So the top one that we did was more of a traditional type of tree, and now looking at it I should put red baubles on there, but you still get the idea, you just choose your own colours. So with the modern one, I wanted it to keep it quite simple, as elegant kind of looking, so I decided to use the white baubles, which is what I've done in this little box here.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear, jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney at the speed of light, while we're dancing around the Christmas tree, hugging and kissing just you and me. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day. Oh, a Merry Christmas Day. Oh.
And then I'm going to go in and just put a few diamantes on, so instead of the actual lights going across, I'm just going to put some diamantes on just to give it that little bit of sparkle.
Under the mistletoe, while Santa's busy saying ho ho ho, we're feeling jolly, eating Christmas cake, and then we go skating on the frozen lake, saying hi to every friendly face, and later we warm up by the fireplace. Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before, as they walk from house to house to wish us all a Merry Christmas Day.
And there we go, two very different Christmas trees, and they're both very pretty. Just think of the different possibilities that you can make out of these. Extremely durable, nothing's going to fall off these. I mean, if you sit there and pull it apart, then yeah, obviously it'll come apart, I think. But yeah, very durable. Like I said, you can use these on cards, or you can actually attach a thread. This is just some fishing wire that I used for crafts. But you can always do a ribbon or something similar, and then obviously decorate that how you want it. Very pretty, very nice personal gift that you can give to somebody, attach it to a card, and then they could take it off if that's how you want to give it them. Hope you've enjoyed this premiere, and I will see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!